Do you know the unseen part of the playing field in B2B tech and how successful startups are using it to break into seemingly established markets? Good morning, my name is Chris Holscher, and in the next 300 seconds I'll show you how innovators de-risk and speed up their market breakthrough by using the impact of industry analysts, and it doesn't even require a budget. You may have seen my earlier video about how smart startups are crossing the chasm sooner than their rivals, and if you haven't, there's a link in the show notes. But today, let's look at the playing field of analyst relations management. And for that, we use the lens of the flagship reports of the three largest analyst firms, the IDC MarketScape, the Forrester Wave, and Gartner Magic Quadrant. These reports examine the most dominating vendors in a market. They do it via some variation of strength of capabilities or execution on the y-axis, and strength of strategy or vision on the x-axis. However, as a startup, you should not misinterpret these reports as showing the full playing field of any market, because they don't. These reports only display the 10 to 15 most impactful vendors based on a range of criteria. It's literally the tip of the iceberg. For a view of the complete market, we need to extend the vertical and horizontal axis to the left and south. Now this gives us an illustration of the complete playing field and what I call the magic map to navigate analyst relations management. In the upper right half, the light grey area shows vendors that are generally relevant to analysts' clients and to their research in your segment. In the lower left, we have the rest of the market being vendors that haven't yet demonstrated their strengths convincingly enough for analysts to keep them on their radars at all times. Again, this is not a report-like thing, but a view, a map to help us navigate the game. The dimensions of the axis can change, but the concept itself remains. So whether we use the dimensions of Gartner's MQ, or the Forrester Wave, or IDC's MarketScape, what actually matters is the extended field that opens up through the prolonging of the axis. Startups naturally enter in the bottom left. They have not had a chance yet to demonstrate their capabilities or convince analysts of their strategy. But the interesting question, of course, is how do you get towards the upper right? Well, I've observed this for many years, and the typical path looks something like this. I guess some of you can relate, and believe me, even large firms struggle with this when they innovate. I've been there myself, so there must be a better way, right? Well, one popular misconception is that startups would need to establish many clients and everything must be polished first before they should reach out to analysts at all. On the map, that would mean holding off from introductory briefings until they've grown revenues enough to move north, and only then try to convince analysts of their visionary strength to push right, which is a huge mistake. Not only is this path incredibly stony and 50% of startups die along the way, but also the SIA research found that even the survivors lose around 4 years against their direct rivals that choose a smarter path, which we get to in a second. But these two facts alone illustrate how much of the inefficiencies in how large parts of the whole B2B tech ecosystem think and operate and lose against better advised rivals. Now, the key to winning is knowing that analysts are in fact open to startup briefings at early stages if you do briefings right. Because for the analyst, it is not primarily about your track record, but about the smartness of your new vector into that market. And with this understanding, here's the far better route to take. Find out early which analyst's research agenda is fitting best with your strategy and get accepted for introductory briefings. Use your visionary strength and a concise strategy to push right in these briefings first. If the analysts then request further updates or more in-depth follow-up, that can indicate an extremely well-informed product market fit, which is great for your planning, and it can also even change investor term sheets. And next, you can use the analyst's attention to work your way north much easier, because now you're already in the land of analyst publications that are actually in reach for startups to score a mention. Again, watch my video about crossing the chasm sooner. There are proven analyst relations management methods for startups to use with different intensities and aligned to your needs. You can start with a minimal viable AR approach with literally zero investment, just to ensure you're on the right radars. Or you can support a specific growth priority Or if you must deal with intense competition in your space, you may want to go all in with a strategic AR program. But in any case, on this route, you get return on investment from day one, and not only once you arrive in the top right area of this map. Well, and that's it for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to learn more about how startups win through analyst relations management, I'm only a click away on LinkedIn. Also, the QR code here lets you schedule a 30 minutes all-you-can-ask session if you want. But for now, I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.